Good morning to everyone. So I am R. Rajesh. I am a biology lecturer. So I have completed my graduation in BSc Biotechnology, and I have completed an experience of 6 years in academics, teaching and tutoring many students, encouraging them to learn and teach the biology subject. So currently, I am working in an organization, Think and Learn Private Limited, which is known as the Byju's tuition centers and Byju's. Now today I'm going to discuss a topic from a biology, a well-known topic, cell. So today, what is a cell and why we have discovered cell? Today I'm going to teach you. So what is a cell? Every living organism starts with a basic unit known as cell. So cell is termed as the structural and functional unit of life. So every living organisms are made up of cells. So without cell, there is no life. So why this cell is very important? Means it forms the basic unit. It is a basic unit to calculate life. Okay. So the cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke in the year 1665. So he found the cell by observing some of the cork cells. So he observed some blocks, some box type structures from the cork cells of a tree. So it looks similarly like their cells. So he termed it these living rooms, what where the Robert Hooke lived. He termed them as a cell. Next, Antonio van Leeuwenhoek. Antonio van So Antonio van Leeuwenhoek is a scientist who founded the first living cell. Okay, so he is the one who founded the first living cell, and he named it as animalcules. Okay, so why the cell is termed as the structural and functional unit of life? We are going to learn it. So every living organisms perform some life processing activities. Okay, so life processing activity. What are the life processing activities? So the life processing activities is like nutrition, metabolism, reproduction, excretion, digestion, and everything. So whatever the cell is performing, whatever an organism. So you see a human being, a human being, whoever is performing the life process such as nutrition, digestion, excretion, reproduction, respiration, the same properties and the same characters are also followed by the cell. Cell gains nutrition, there is cellular digestion, There is excretion takes place in the cell. There is reproduction, the multiplication of cell by cell division, and the respiration also is taken place in the cell. So whatever the organism is doing, the same functions are done by a cell. So that is why these are known as the structural and functional unit of life. Now, so based on the types of cell, we have plant cell and animal cell. We have plant cell and animal cell. So plant cells are always different from animal cell. So plant cells, that the basic difference between plant cell and animal cell is plant cells have cell wall, which is their outermost membrane, and animal cell do not have cell wall, don't have cell wall. Animal cells have cell membrane, and plant cell, both cell wall and cell membrane is present. It consists of a cell membrane. Plants consist of a colored substance known as plastids are present. Here the plastids are absent. And vacuoles are present in the plant. Either vacuoles are absent or they are present in less in small number. So in plant cell there is a large central vacuole, but in animals there is a less and a small number of vacuole. The basic difference. So plants have the cell wall. So while discussing the cell wall, of a plant. Cell wall of a plant is made up of cellulose. So it is made up of cellulose. Plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, and it is the outermost membrane which gives the structure of the cell. Structure, it provides a rigidity to the cell, and it gives the framework of the cell and structure of the cell. So cell wall is present in the plants. And while coming to the cell membrane, so cell membrane is termed as a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means which allows only certain particles into the plants. Whatever the particles are present, so it does not allow all the particles coming into the cell. It allows only certain and selected particles into the cell. So it is a semi-permeable membrane. And while coming to another cell organelle, the main cell organelles of the both plant and animals in commons are nucleus, mitochondria, so ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, which is known as ER. ER is of two type, SER and RER. SER means smooth endoplasmic reticulum, RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. You have Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus, and we have lysosomes, and we have centrioles, and in the plants we have, which is specially present in plants, plastids, vacuole. So these are the cell organelles. These cell organelles, everything are present in a jelly-like substance known as cytoplasm. So cytoplasm, initially all the cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm, and we will discuss one of the major organs from the plant, that is plant and animals. The main thing that we are going to discuss is the nucleus. So nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. So what is nucleus? Nucleus controls all cellular activities. It is also known as the control center of the cell or the cell brain. So why it is called cell memory brain? Because it controls all the activities. You see, there is a cell, and inside the cell there is a nucleus. So while coming to discussing the cell nucleus structure, nucleus, so it consists of a outer layer known as nuclear membrane. So this nuclear membrane consists of small pores known as nuclear pores. So inside the nucleus there is a small dot-like structure known as nucleolus, and you have a thread-like structures known as chromatin threads. Okay, so these are these are the things present in the nucleus, and all these things are suspended in a nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. So why cell is called the control of the cell? Because it communicates and regulates all the cellular activities through the proteins. It communicates by proteins. So this nucleolus is which responsible for creating the proteins by the ribosomes and everything. So the main structures that is present is chromatin threads. So these chromatin threads consist of the genetic material. Genetic material, so known as DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid, in which all the genetic material are being transferred from the parents to offspring. Okay, so these are genetic material. This genetic material is these chromatin threads are condensed to form chromosomes at the time of a cell division. At the time of cell division, it is condensed to form the chromosomes. So these chromosomes carries the hereditary material from the parents to offsprings, and it is a responsible for the carrying of the genetics. Before all this, there are some of the cell postulates to be known. These are the cell postulates. First thing, all there are some scientists, Sheldon, Schwann, and Vishro. These are the scientists. They were the scientists who founded the cell postulates. First is all plants are made up of cells. Sheldon said. And Schwann said that all animals are made up of cells. And Rodolphe Vishro said that all cells exist, excuse me, from pre-existing cells. So why I'm telling pre-existing cells? Because the cells are arising from their parent cells. So that is termed as omnicellular e-cellular. I already told you, like, so the cells, so these are the cells which carry the genetic materials are carrying from parents to offspring, I said. The same way, why? Because so the DNA, the genetic materials are carrying by the cellular division. So all plants, animals are made up of cells, but where these cells come is from their pre-existing cells. So this is what Rodolphe Vishro, the scientist, said. So these three are known as cell postulates. So cell postulates are the cell theory. So what is the cell theory? So these are the cell theory. Okay. So today we have discussed what are the cells, plant cells, animal cells, who found out the cell, what is the cell theory, and some of the major organs of the cell. In the next upcoming, we are going to discuss some more things more about the plants, and we'll be discussing deep about all the cell organelles point by point. Okay. And thank you. See you in the next class.